Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it's very cold outside. It's fucking freezing. Yesterday we had like a temperature drop down and like ended up like icing like the roads and stuff. So I was stuck in my house for like about 2 days. But anyways, so today I want to talk to you guys about how I came out as trans and how I came out to my parents, how I came out to high school, and like it's honestly gonna be a very interesting topic just because like there's so many like stories on like how people come out and like how parents react or friends react. Like it's so crazy, and like mine is not like too intensively, like it's not too intense, but I still have to tell you guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just dive into this video. I came out in public in school because I was in high school whenever I started my transition. I was a senior. First of all, before I transitioned, I was a boy and I wore my first wig. And like whenever I got the wig, I used to put it on every single night. Like people did not know about me, only my close friends, and my parents didn't know about me or anyone. It was just me and my close friends. So I was like ended up taking pictures and I ended up like showing them, and like they always encouraged me to transition, but I was kind of like scared because I was like, well, how am I gonna do it first of all? And then one day I came across this video on Facebook, and it was basically, what was his name? I forgot his name, so I'm gonna put it right here just in case. I came across this video and I clicked on it and I was watching it, and it was basically a inspirational video of like being scared, and like sometimes you have to be scared to fall or whatever. When I saw that video, I thought to myself, I was like, dude, like why am I so scared? Like why am I so scared? I should like be comfortable falling. And so like at that point I just said fuck it. The next day I decided to wear a wig and wear makeup and like just wear girl clothes and like be trans, you know, first coming out. And like at first it was very fucking scary. So I missed first period and I went to second period, and I was so scared of like people like laughing at me or something, because like no one knew that I wanted to be trans. Like I said, only those few people that I told. And also I want you guys to know my mom and dad were not home. They weren't home at all. They were at work. So it was just me. So I ended up like, you know, had the advantage to like just go ahead and just like come back, whatever. So I ended up going to school, and I was really scared. I was recording my first video too. I'm not sure if I still have it, but if I do, I'm gonna definitely post it for you guys. But if I don't, I'm sorry. And so like I ended up wearing this black leather with this black jacket, and I was wearing tights, and I was wearing this cute little booties, whatever. And I was like, well, if I'm going out, I might as well just go all out. I ended up just wearing that, and so it was very scary. Like I first walked in the door and like people were like looking at me, and like I was feeling terrified. So I ended up just like looking down most of the time and just went straight to class. And when I went to class, that's when people was like, oh my gosh, like you look so good, and you know whatever. And like people were like hyping me up. So I never really had anyone being rude to me. When I went to my second period, my close friends that I was telling you guys about are actually in that class. And so the night before, I texted them. I was like, hey, like I'm gonna go as me. And they're like, no, you're not, you're such a liar, and whatever. So they thought I was lying. So I was like, I might as well just surprise them. So I walked in the door, and like they saw me, and they like immediately hugged me. Like one of my friends ended up like hugging me and like crying. He was like, oh, I'm so happy for you, whatever. And so I was honestly very proud of myself, because like I've never had that confidence before, and like now that I came out, everything was going good, you know. Like for a good minute I was putting my wig in my backpack, and like I sometimes brought my makeup with me. I end up like parking somewhere and just want to do my makeup real quick and then go to school. And then when I'm off school, I just end up taking my makeup off, my wig off, and just go back to the house. So I've been doing that for a couple of months, and it was honestly not healthy, honestly, because like it's so much work to do just because I want to be someone that I want to be. Does that make sense? Like, it's just too much work. Why would I like want to like take off my makeup before I go home or whatever? Like, that's just too much. And so one day my mom's friend or something, I don't know, because I think I went to school with their kid, and so her kid told his mom about me, and then that's when she told my mom about me. And I was not ready for that conversation yet, and like she just like told me out of nowhere, like randomly, and asked me what am I wearing to school or whatever, and she was asking if it was true, and I was like, I mean, yeah. And so like before this whole thing started, I was working at Sephora, and I was working at Sephora as a boy. And then my mom was very reluctant because she was like saying, oh, like, I don't want you to work there because I feel like you can start wearing wigs and you can start wearing makeup and stuff like that. And I was like, Mom, don't worry, I'm not. Turned out I did. She was kind of upset about it. She was not really crying as much as I expected. Like, it was more like a few tears, and that's pretty much it. She doesn't agree with it, but she accepts me for me. And you know, for a good minute, she was still calling me about my he pronouns. And just now, probably like a few months back, I told her that me being called he really like messes, like it really fucks with my emotions and like my gender dysphoria. And of course, she didn't know what that meant, so I had to explain it to her. And then my sisters, I honestly don't remember how I told my sisters. I have no idea. I think they came across my Instagram and they saw pictures of me. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But they were really like negative about it. They were mostly like, okay, my sister was kind of like laughing at me because she thought I was playing around, whatever. And whenever I showed her like me, like whenever I dressed all pretty and stuff, and then she was all like, she still like calls me he, and I always have to correct her because I don't understand why she has really trouble like saying it, because like I get it that I was like your brother for a good minute, but like I'm wearing makeup and a wig and everything. I'm trying to look my best, look feminine for you guys, so you guys can call me she. And no matter what I do, like she calls me he, and I keep correcting her. And like sometimes she calls me she, but it's very rare. The one that I was really scared about was my grandma. Now, people will say that they will be scared to tell their dad, but since my dad doesn't really like is with me right now, he's like somewhere else. But I did live with my stepdad, and my stepdad took it too hard. Like, he was like literally bullying me. He was like literally telling me that I would never be a woman, and he was just like laughing at me and like, you know, picking on me and stuff like that. And like at that point I was like done, you know, like I moved out, you know, and I was like, can't do this anymore. And so like so yeah, he was just very negative about it. So, but I understand, you know, I understand, but like still, you don't have to like be that fucking rude about it, you know. And so my grandma, like I was so scared to tell my grandma. And so my grandma basically found out by my mom, and they were just like talking with amongst themselves. And one day I was trying to get ready, and then my little brother was coming in the room, and so I kept saying like, hey, like I was basically telling them I'm changing, whatever. And then like she overheard me, and she's like, let me see what you're wearing, let me see what you're wearing. And at that point, she knew what I was wearing. And I was really scared on like showing her, because like she's like very religious to me. Like she's like very religious, and she's like very special to me too. I would hate for it to like to lose her. But honestly, like, she came around. Like, it was kind of hard for her. She said the exact same thing my mom said. Like, I don't like it, but I accept it. And honestly, like, right now at this point, like, she calls me she all the fucking time. She calls me by my first name. She calls me Vicky, and she always calls me she. And like, I don't know, like, it's completely a shocker to me because I did not expect for that day to come where my grandma tells me she. And like, you know, and like, I don't know, it's just a very good feeling. I would never regret me not coming out, but some parents are very strict about that. Some are very closed-minded and they don't really understand. And honestly, for those people that don't really understand and they don't want to understand, then they're really not worth having in your life, because it's very important to have people that are very positive and like motivate you and always support you. It's just hard. You can't live with negativity as a transgender woman because like they make you feel bad about yourself, and it's not good for you. It's not good for your confidence. It's just not a good thing. And why would you want a friend that says that to you? Like, girl, fuck that. There's so many people in the world where you can be friends with. Like, my dad actually knows Tia. I put that in a separate video. If you guys are thinking about coming out, I definitely encourage you guys to come out. Like, let this video be the first step on becoming who you want to be. I promise you it's going to be worth it in the long run. But that's pretty much all that I have for you guys today. That was basically my story. So I wanted to thank you so much for watching my videos and supporting me. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.